I can't afford to make videos anymore. Then I very much welcome you to unsubscribe from my channel. And you might be wondering, Matt, why do you even have a team? Why do you have a writer and an editor? Why don't you just make the videos yourself? Which is some of the suggestions that I got in the comments of that video. But the reason that I don't want to go back to 2010, Matt, which was just me doing everything myself, is because number one, it's pretty stressful when you're putting out multiple videos a week.
Let's take some entitlement. Let's take some guilt tripping. Let's throw it all together. Let's whip it up. And what do we get? Ding, 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 ding. Matthew Santoro. All of these phony baloney YouTubers are literally getting on my last nerve. Like, I just can't anymore with them. You can't blame your audience for why you're not getting views and try to guilt trip them to follow you to other platforms and to join membership. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hey jelly beans, welcome back. If it's your first time here and you didn't know already, my name is Tarrah and thank you so much for being here. And if you like commentary, deep dives, scams being exposed, beauty, whatever I feel like filming really, and you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell down below so you don't miss out on any of my new uploads. We're almost at 5K, you guys. I can't believe it. I have a massive, massive, massive giveaway for you guys. When I hit 5K, I'm looking at my little giveaway bundle over there. It's amazing. If you've been on any of my live streams, you already know what is going on. It's going to be amazeballs. All right, you guys. All right, my jelly beans. We have a video for today. So today I want to talk about Matthew Santoro, which you're probably like, isn't that the guy that makes that content about like 50 weird facts about blah, 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 or 10 things you didn't know about this, or 10 facts about this, or 10 places, you know, all that jazz that was like super popular 5 years ago? Yeah, that guy. That's who I'm talking about. The guy that has a really big smile, the guy who dated Nicole Arbor, you know, the girl that was like shaming people for being overweight and then like told people they can cure their own depression by thinking positively. Yeah, that guy. So if for some reason you don't know who Matthew is, again, he's most known for his top 10 videos or 50 random facts about this or that. Matthew has been a YouTuber on this platform for, it's been like a decade. Like, he's been on this platform for a hot minute.
It was my 11-year anniversary on YouTube about a month ago, and you know, I reminisced about the old times when my videos used to get like millions of views and stuff like that. And it's okay that my channel's in the state it's in right now. And I believe that one day we will bounce back.
And sadly, with him being on this platform for a hot minute, his content really hasn't changed. And then when he did try to make a change and his audience didn't like it, he blamed his audience for it, but we'll get into this. Him, like most YouTubers who have been on this platform for as long as he's been on the platform, he has quite a large audience on YouTube. Let me see how many subscribers he has. I did check Social Blade and he has been losing subscribers, probably because of the videos he's been putting out, like the ones we're going to talk about today. So he has 6.26 million subscribers. Oh my gosh, look at this thumbnail, you guys. Do you see that thumbnail? I swear it's hilarious. Those clickbaity thumbnails. I have to say it though, I've been subscribed to Matthew for a long time, and you know what's funny? I've never gone through my subscription list, and I was starting to the other night, and some of the people I was subscribed to, I'm like, and then some of the other people I was like, oh, they don't even make content anymore. It was so sad. He's a Canadian YouTuber who just recently moved back to Canada from LA. He actually ended up getting robbed by his movers. That was a whole other debacle. And I've been a subscriber of his, like I was saying, for a very long time. I used to really enjoy those top 10 videos, those 50 random fact videos. They were a thing, chicken wing, at one point. Y'all remember when those were a thing? Like, so many channels were doing that. If you're interested in any of the videos about him being robbed, I'll link them down below. We're talking about this man who has got me heated, maybe a little too heated. He definitely has, in my opinion, a disregard for his audience. And just remember, don't send any hate to anybody that I ever talk about in my videos, and everything that I talk about in these videos that I make are just my opinions. Again, my opinions. I am not trying to bash anybody. I am just sharing my thoughts about things that happen on the internet. Now that we got that out of the way, let's continue, because boy, I got some thoughts. We're gonna talk about him guilt tripping his audience. So 3 weeks ago, Matthew put out a video called "This Is My Last Shot." Then 2 weeks later, he put out a video called "I Don't Usually Talk About This, but ... Then followed by "I Have to Talk About This," which was listed 4 days ago when I'm filming this. you know, it had the typical YouTuber sad thumbnail, really sad titles to get you drawn in, and my ass, when it showed up in my subscription feed, I clicked on all 3 of them. You know, we're all guilty of clicking on those videos. It's just a thing, chicken wing, like, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Like, we always end up clicking on those very dramatic thumbnails, and I know I'm guilty of doing those thumbnails too. I think all of us YouTubers are. The first video from 3 weeks ago, This Is My Last Shot by Matthew, it basically goes into him whining about how his views aren't the same.
I can't afford to make videos anymore. I'm not quitting YouTube. I want to be clear, and I want to explain myself. The viewership on this channel has become so low that I am now losing up to $500 a video, and I'm putting out 3 videos a week. Do the math. Why is this happening? I don't know. I've been putting out the best quality content I've been putting out in years, possibly since ever. And for one reason or another, you're not watching.
And he's made videos like this before, how he's not getting as many views anymore, which I looked at his channel and his views are doing just fine in my opinion. Maybe not for 6.26 million subscribers, but if you go into the comment section of all 3 of these videos, his fans are telling him like, hey, I don't like the new content. I don't like the new content style. It's not my thing. And he's not listening to his audience, in my opinion. Or if he wants to make the content that he's making now, then he needs to understand that it's going to take time for him to build a new audience to the content that he's making now. But in my opinion, the content he's making now isn't really much different than the content he was making before. The thing that irks me with this first video is that he says, all right, I'm just going to get right to it and speak from the heart. No, dude. Like, to me, he's very monotone. He always has the same personality. I feel like maybe he needs to open up and show who he is. And I feel like he did that a little bit when he came out about his story with Nicole Arbor. That's a whole other thing for another day, another video. If you're interested in that, maybe I'll talk about it, but I'd rather not talk about it. You can Google it. I will link articles about that down below if you're interested. Other than that, he's never really showed his personality unless it's to try to manipulate his audience, in my opinion. He then goes on to say that he wants to keep the video positive, but then he also goes on to say how every time he uploads to YouTube, he's actually losing money, which, I mean, I can understand that that must suck, but he also goes on to say that he has someone who does his thumbnails, does his editing, does his scripting. He doesn't even script his own videos, which we'll get into all of that a little bit later as well. He talks about how he can't afford to make videos anymore on YouTube. Like, in my opinion, it's manipulating his audience, but again, we'll talk about that. He also goes on to say that not only is he losing money every time he uploads, he's losing $500 every time he uploads, and he doesn't understand why people are not watching his content. He's like, for whatever reason, people aren't watching my content. You're not watching my content. Well, people aren't watching the content because they don't like the new content. If you look at your comments, your answers will be there, my love. He goes on to say that he doesn't even know if the videos that he's making are showing up in people's sub boxes. I can say as a subscriber, his content is showing up in my subscription boxes, but I don't want to watch the content. It's not something that I'm interested in, to be honest. And again, if you look into his comment section, his audience is saying the same thing. They are reiterating that to him. They are saying, we don't like the new style of content. You do have some people who are like, oh yeah, I love the creepypasta videos and I love this, but there are a lot of his audience saying that they don't like the new style of content.
I want to ask one simple thing. That you give my new content a chance. That's it. If you haven't watched my newest videos, all that I ask is that you watch them and just give them a chance. I know it's not my normal list videos. I know that's what I got famous for back in the day. I know that's what you guys have come to love. But what I've noticed is, as soon as I put a number at the front of a video, it does twice as well, 4 times as well, than these deep dives I've been working on with my team. All that I'm asking is you give the videos a chance. Again, I'm eating a huge piece of humble pie here. This is a bit embarrassing for me to say, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, we're approaching the end of the road here. I've been losing money on my YouTube channel for quite a while.
It doesn't matter how fancy your editing is or how good a script is. If the content is not what your audience wants, they're not going to click on it. He then goes on to say he can't continue much longer like this, whatever that means. But But we'll get into, again, why this is problematic. So then he goes and acknowledges in this video that when he puts a number in front of, you know, whatever his title is, they do 4 times better than any of his deep dive videos. So he knows, and it even says that that is the content that his audience enjoys, but he's not happy making that content. Again, you need to understand that that is what your audience wants, and if you want to make this other style of content, you need to build up a new audience. Does that make sense to anybody else or just me? And then he asks his audience to give his new content a chance. And when you look at the comments, at least when I watched the video, I don't know if he's filtering comments, but when you looked at the comments, people were saying, I tried to give it a chance, I don't like it. And then you had other people say, I really like the creepypasta videos, but I don't like the other videos. That's just what happens when you change your content as a content creator. Everybody goes through that. And I feel like people that are higher in subscriber counts or have been doing this for a long time, they have the hardest time with it, because when you build an audience of 6 million plus by making a certain style of content and then you switch your content, rebrand, your audience is going to be confused. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And I know that it sucks to make content that you're not passionate about. I would never want to do that. But that's something that you have to keep in mind as a YouTuber. When you brand yourself a certain way, you have to understand that people expect that from you. That's why they subscribed, right? You know what I mean? Do I make sense? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? And he goes on to guilt his audience even more and goes on to talk about how he's at the end of the road here. He's going to be honest with his audience. He's at the end of the road. Why are you even saying this? Because it's in my opinion, it's manipulating your audience. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, I thought at first when I first watched this video, I'm like, I kind of felt bad. I went and watched a few of his videos to bring his numbers up or whatever. And then when the second and third video came out, I was like, I'm so disgusted, but we'll get into that. He goes on to talk about his memberships.
I know there are some of you that have become members of this channel, which I'm super grateful for. I think there's about 50 people or so that are members of this channel. Those are people that give $5 a month for additional perks, like I think you get badges, and I don't know, I haven't checked on it in a while. But for those people, thank you. You definitely help contribute to me keeping going.
And he's like, I know some of you guys have become members of the channel. I appreciate that. But then he goes on to talk about the memberships, but doesn't even know what is included if somebody signs up for a membership, which to me is so concerning. So concerning. And I understand when you get larger, you have a team. And he even says in this video, like, if my team is watching, don't worry, you still have jobs. You know, you have a team when you're larger, so they probably handle a lot of that stuff, but you would think the creator of a YouTube channel would know the ins and outs of his membership. He ends up figuring it out by the third video and talks about the memberships, but we'll get into that. But you're going to encourage your fans to sign up for a membership, but you don't know what the membership actually entails, like the perks, what the perks are or anything like that, which is very bizarre to me. I have so many people that want me to start membership, but I just don't have the time to add perks to the membership, so I don't do it. I've had people say, well, I'll just, yep, that's it, Tarrah. I'll just sign up for it. You don't have to give me any perks, but I feel really bad doing that. He doesn't even know how many people are members of his channel. How do you not know how many members you have? Then he goes on to guilt trip his audience by saying, I know that you guys are still out there, but if you're not watching my content, I would rather you just unsubscribe.
To know that I've got 6.3 million subscribers and 25,000 people watch. I'm grateful for those views, but it's now to the point where it's economically unsustainable. I still believe that you guys are out there, and I think it's just a matter of you giving the stuff a chance. And if you don't want to, and you're not into my content, then I very much welcome you to unsubscribe from my channel. I would totally understand if you want to do that. In fact, if you don't watch my content, I would actually prefer that you unsubscribed, because it hurts sort of to see 6.3 million subscribers and then just less than 0.5% of people watching. I would rather have 200,000 subscribers and get the viewership I'm having now than have 6.3 million, if that makes sense to you. just because it feels like there's nobody there. It feels like I'm uploading to the void.
So to me, that's basically saying, like, F you to my subscribers who have built me, who have made me who I am today. Like, all of it is just so entitled and gross to me. Then at the end of the video, he talks about how he's probably not gonna leave this video up when, let's face it, it's been 3 weeks and he's left it up. You know why he's left it up? Because it's getting views, and a lot of views, and he knows it's gonna give him money and he's gonna get paid from YouTube for it. So he'll probably leave it up, period, if not for another week or so that he can get the full paycheck. A week later, he makes the second video. I don't usually talk about this, but let's get into this video, because this is where my eye started going sideways with the I still cannot believe that so many people liked these videos and the dislikes are so low on these videos. But that's just my humble opinion.
Happiness and gratitude for the response to the last update video that I made. Because of you guys liking, commenting on my videos, and sharing my videos, and just doing all of that stuff that interacts with the algorithm and tells the algorithm that you want to see my videos, more of you have been telling me that you've been finally getting notifications on my channel, but most importantly, because of all that, my viewership has gone up significantly, literally by like 50%. My viewership was as low as 25,000 views a video in 24 hours, which doesn't even come close to paying for the cost of the video. But because of you guys and showing that you're still there for me, I have to say thank you, because the viewership is at least 50,000 views, sometimes even 75,000 views in 24 hours. We're not quite there yet, but that is a massive step forward, and we're getting closer to the videos at least paying for themselves regarding ad revenue. Number two, I need to say thank you to all the people that signed up as members to this channel. That was absolutely not expected, but after I mentioned it, that it was even a possibility to give me $5 a month, which isn't a lot of money.
He starts it off by saying, I'm coming to you today with so much happiness and gratitude. Which, again, is that manipulation, you guys. He talks about how his first video, he did see a jump in his numbers and his views on his content. And then he starts whining about how low his views were in the first 24 hours. Again, I looked at his channel, and no, he doesn't have crazy amount of views for 6.9, but he still is getting decent money for being on YouTube. And I saw people in his comments saying, well, you just bought new computer software and you just bought new luxury stuff, but yet you're complaining about not being able to pay your team and that you're losing money on YouTube every time you upload. Now, also don't forget, he has other income sources, right? Like, most YouTubers have other business ventures. I know he has a Facebook thing, which he does talk about in his third video. And in his third video, he also brings up that he's streaming on Twitch now, but we'll get into that as well. And then he talks about how many people have signed up for the membership since he made that video. Are we shocked that people signed up for a membership after he made a video about financial hardship? Are we really shocked? I mean, I'm not shocked. To me, this is so phony and fake, but again, I'll link all three of these videos down below. You guys can watch them and you can let me know, like, how you felt after watching all three of them, because I felt bad in the first one. The second one, I felt icky and like I was just gaslit and manipulated. And then the third one, I just felt completely gross. Then he goes into his Twitch. I forgot he mentioned it in the second video, but he also mentions it in the third video.
Important to mention it in this video because since I've recently been partnered, if you go follow me over there, you'll be able to watch me live every single day. I go live every single day on twitch.tv/MatthewSantoro, and I play games and chat with you guys, and we have an incredible community over there of hundreds of people that watch every time I stream, and we support each other, and we have a lot of fun. And I wanted to invite you guys over there officially in a dedicated part of this video, because now I can actually make money from you guys just watching. Of course, you can subscribe over there, which is also $5 a month and stuff, but I don't even care about that. I would just like to invite you to come watch me over there if you have a Twitch account. If you don't, I know it's a whole nother website. I know some people are like, oh, I don't want to go watch another website, but I'm not going to be going live on YouTube anymore because I get so much more viewership on Twitch, and the community is so pure and awesome and supportive over there.
Then he goes into his Twitch after talking about how grateful he is that so many people went and watched all of his content and he saw his numbers go up. So he talks about how he's streaming on Twitch, and now, we'll talk about it in the third video, he talks about it, but he wants his audience to also go to Twitch and follow him on Twitch and subscribe to him over there and what have you. I don't really know how Twitch works, but y'all can let me know in the comments how Twitch works. I ain't never been on Twitch, so I don't know how it works. So now he wants his audience not only to support him on YouTube, but to go and watch him stream for hours on Twitch. So he wants his audience, which to me, time is more valuable than money. It is the most expensive thing that we have as people, is our time, right? Like, you guys just sitting here watching my content, you're taking the time out of your day. That is more valuable than any money that anybody could give somebody, right? So now he wants people to watch his content, his audience to watch his content on YouTube, and then to go follow him and watch him stream on Twitch, because now he's so close to being partnered with Twitch. Again, this is the second video. So he's super happy and optimistic in the second video. So he talks about how great his community is over at Twitch, how he goes live every single day, how they should go follow him over at Twitch, blase, blase, blase. Then he tries to also get people to go over to Twitch by saying, whatever you have going on in your life, you can say it in the chat and then we can speak one-on-one. When in reality, I don't think he gives two Fs about what's going on with his subscriber counts or followings lives. He just knows that it's more engagement and that it's another person subbing, because now he's partnered on Twitch and making income on Twitch as well. It just, something just comes off so phony baloney about him. I don't know what it is. And he talks about how if enough people watch him on Twitch, then he can supplement his income that he's losing on YouTube. Also not mentioning until the third video that he has other streams of income as well. So it just, none of it makes sense to me. I just hate when bigger YouTubers or YouTubers in general basically manipulate their audience when their views are down, and when they blame everybody else but themselves when their views are down. Ew, I just spit when I talk, sorry guys. And when YouTubers try to manipulate their audience to follow them because their revenue is, like, dude, you're rich. Like, you are rich. You are filthy, not filthy rich, but you're very well off, my dude. Like, very well off, my dude. And so many YouTubers, when they get big and go through this hurdle of being on YouTube for 10 years, they go through this. And him and Gabby Hanna, man, are they friends? I don't know. All right, so then we get into the third video. I have to talk to you about this. So he talks about him looking at the comments and how people suggested in the comments, like, him doing his own script writing and own editing and all that other jazz. This is the video that made me so angry.
And you might be wondering, Matt, why do you even have a team? Why do you have a writer and an editor? Why don't you just make the videos yourself? Which is some of the suggestions that I got in the comments of that video. But the reason that I don't want to go back to 2010, Matt, which was just me doing everything myself, is because number one, it's pretty stressful when you're putting out multiple videos a week on top of all the other stuff I do online. But number two, and most importantly, is that I did consider it, but I realized that I want to give you guys the quality in these videos that you've come to expect and deserve. And I can't do the editing that my friend Paul does. He's the guy I pay. He's a friend of mine. He's very good at what he does, and he's the guy that you guys give all the compliments to in the comments of my videos. I see all those comments.
His excuse is that it's so stressful to do all that, and he doesn't want to go back to 2010 Matthew, and that the editing from the comments from people talking about how great the editing is, that's not him, that's somebody he pays, and he could never edit like that. And in my opinion, if you're that financially hard up to where you can't even pay your staff, supposedly, and you're losing money every time you upload content, supposedly, why do you need fancy editing? Why do you need a scriptwriter? Like, he's literally just a host. He's a host. Does he pick the subjects that he talks about? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a host on your own channel, I guess, but if you are going through that many financial hardships, you learn to cut corners somewhere, right? And I understand too that, like, you don't want to put somebody out of a job. I get that, but maybe don't buy a brand new computer. Maybe don't buy all this stuff that you're showing off on other platforms. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like when YouTubers get to past a certain point, they forget, like, the grind, right? And they forget, like, the passion that they had for their channel, and they forget that it's not just about money, and that they forget, like, how much their subscribers have done for them just by watching them. Like, your subscribers and your following is how you got where you are, my dude. Like, if you didn't have that community, you wouldn't be where you're at, my dude. So it just seems so disingenuous. It just seems so manipulative. It just seems just so gross to me. And now, if one of his reasons for not letting go of his team were because I don't want to put someone out of a job, I would have been a little bit more understanding. But because his excuses were, I can't do all that fancy editing that my friend I pay does, and 2, it's because it's too stressful, that's what grossed me out. Now, if he had said, hey, I really don't want to put these people out of a job, like I am their income, I pay for them to, you know, I support them by paying them, you know, like it's their livelihood, then I would have been like, okay, dude, like I feel that, I can get with that. But the fact that he literally just said, oh, it's because it's too stressful, and oh, because I see that you guys like the editing and I can't edit that way. Dude, I work full-time and I have a part-time gig, okay? I have 2 children and I still make content on YouTube, TikTok, I'm kind of on Twitter, Instagram. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Like, if you're passionate about the content that you're making and you want to do this, like, you're going to make it happen no matter what. But then he goes into what he's going to be doing moving forward, because he says after the first video he made, he saw his views go up, but now they're back down to nothing again.
Let's discuss what I'm going to do going forward. Because after I released that last video, like I said, the card's up there, the viewership went up like 50% or 25%, something like that. It was great. And more people were saying, wow, I'm getting notifications again, and your videos are actually in my sub box. But unfortunately, it was temporary. And although the viewership went up a little bit, it's kind of slid back down again, and the algorithm has once again begun pulling my content out of your sub boxes. And you might not even see this video, but if you are seeing this video and you actually want to see my content going forward, there's a couple ways that we can keep this channel going. Number 1, I want to say thank you to everybody that became a member of this channel. If you don't know what that is, there should be a blue button next to the subscribe button that says join. For $5 a month, you can support my channel. It's basically for the price of a cup of coffee once a month, you can support my channel. If you choose to do that, I'd be incredibly grateful, because it'll continue to help keep my channel going. I want to continue making content as long as humanly possible. And I think I have a solution that will help me continue to make content into the future, even though the algorithm isn't letting you guys see my content.
Which to me, again, is like, dude, do you not get the point then? You asked your audience in the first 2 videos to give the first video, to give your content a chance, to try it out. And then you put out more content and you see your views go up for a little bit, and then the newer content you put out, it's stagnant again. Does that not show you that your audience does not like your content? It doesn't matter how fancy the editing is, how great the script is. If the content is not resonating with your following, they're not going to watch it. You can't emotionally manipulate your audience and force them to like your content if they don't like it. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Then he goes on to say that people can become a member of his channel for just $5 for the price of a cup of coffee. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. Am I reading too far into it, you guys? Let me know how you feel about this. Like, do you think that I'm, again, just reading too far into it? Because I'm so irked. Hello, baby. Calm me down. Calm me down. By the way, look how big this plant has gotten. She was so small when I bought her. Look at all of this new growth. She constantly has new growth going on. She's so beautiful. Y'all know I'm a plant lover. I mean, look at my girls back here. But, I don't know. And then, towards the end of this video, he starts promoting his Twitch again. Talks about how he can get ad revenue over there. Go follow him on Twitch. Again, once again, asking his audience to take their time to go over there and watch him stream every single day, because that's supporting him, blah, blah, blah.
In the creepypastas and all that fun stuff, I can continue doing this into the future, and it doesn't matter that I'm losing money on YouTube, because we have the Twitch revenue. And I'm also taking revenue sources from other places like my Facebook page, which is making me a bit of money and stuff like that. So I'm doing everything I can to stay on this platform. If my community on Twitch gets big enough, I will make enough ad revenue from the ads on there, because I'm a partner, and enough revenue from the subscribers on there, that it won't matter how low the viewership is here. It won't matter how many views I get. I'll always be able to make content, because I can use the revenue there to offset the revenue here.
So you want your audience to follow you over on Twitch, not because you thoroughly enjoy making content on Twitch, but because that is your means to an end over to make money to supplement money that you're losing on YouTube. To me, it just looks like he's all about money. That's what my problem is, I think. And I think this happens with a lot of larger creators where they forget why they started YouTube. They forget that what it was like to just create content without it being money motivated. I know when I started, I didn't know that you could make money off YouTube. I did it as a hobby, and I'm grateful that I'm able to make money, but I would never imagine going to my audience. And trust me, there's been times where I've been in really rough situations where I needed financial help, but I never thought once to go to my audience and be like, oh my gosh, I need help. Like, I haven't had water for almost a year because our point is dry and we're getting spring water from our local spring. You think I would ask my audience for money? Are you kidding me? And this man is well off and is literally asking his following to join his membership. He doesn't even know what his membership, but only for $5 for the price of a cup of coffee, and is guilting his audience to follow him onto other platforms. And again, it just comes off to me like it's very money motivated. Maybe again, I'm reading too far into it. I don't know why this got me so freaking heated, y'all. So heated. I haven't seen anyone talk about it. If he comes out with any more of these videos, I swear I'm gonna like flip my poop nest over here. I don't even know what a poop nest is, but I'm gonna flip it. It's just, do you guys understand where I'm coming from? Again, maybe I'm reading too far into it. You guys can go watch those videos. You can let me know. And the crazy thing is that when he opens up a little bit more, like when he talked about his ex-girlfriend Nicole Arbor, when he talked about when he got robbed by the movers, and then this time he ends up getting a decent amount of views. So it's just, I don't know, baby. I don't know what is going on with these YouTubers. They're so entitled. Why? Please don't ever let me get like that. Please give me a slice of humble pie if I ever end up being like that, you guys. I don't ever want to be like this man or Gabby Hanna or any of the other people that I've seen whine and cry, bitch and moan that they aren't getting their way. It just drives me bonkers. I guess that is going to be the end of this video, you guys. Let me know how you feel down in the comments. Do you guys think I'm reading too far into it? Do you understand what I'm saying? Did you even know who Matthew was? If you were a fan of Matthew's before, why did you stop following? If you follow him now, let me know why you still follow him. Do you like his new content? I'm very curious. It's just mind-blowing to me, y'all. But I gotta go to Mama Duke's house and edit for you guys. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, or you can give it a thumbs down. It's all gravy, baby. At the end of the day, it's all engagement. And don't forget, if you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe. And I really hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye, jelly beans. Bye.